Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of learning of introduction to vectors. So today we'll be talking about scalar multiplication. Now, what do we mean by scalar multiplication? The word scalar multiplication means multiply a vector by a scalar. Now, scalar multiplication is when we multiply a vector by a scalar. When we multiply a vector by a scalar. In that form, a scalar simply means a number. It's as simple as that. Now, let's take an illustration. For example, if vector A is I, let's give it, okay, let's say I AI plus BJ, right? The vector plus CK. Now the question has said find 5A. Now you will notice that a number is multiplying vector what? Vector A, right? So that simply means that to obtain this as simple. So we are to multiply each component by the scalar 5. That is 5A is just 5 into the bracket of vector A, which is AI plus BJ plus the C and K. So 5A means, we are multiplying the constant with the coefficient of each component. So this time it becomes 5A plus 5B component plus 5C in this component. So this is 5. So you can notice that we multiply each of the components by a scalar of 5, right? And you see it becomes 5A, becomes 5B, becomes 5C. So that is what we call the scalar multiplication when it comes to vectors. Now let's pick up examples how we apply this knowledge to addition and subtraction questions. Now, in the previous video, you can watch that I explained how we can add and subtract vectors. You can watch about how we add and subtract vectors. Now let's dive into examples where we work on scalar multiplication. Are you ready? Now let's get started. Example. Let's try to read through the example and see what we are set to do. Now the question says that given that vector P is 5I minus 3J plus 7K and Q is 4I plus 3Q plus 3J minus 6K and R is given as minus I minus 3J plus 8K. And the question asks us to find 3P plus 3P minus 2J minus 2Q rather. 3P minus 2Q. You can notice that this is a scalar multiplication and this is also a scalar multiplication. Why is it a scalar multiplication? Is that we are multiplying P by scalar. We are multiplying Q also by a scalar. Now how do we do this? It's as simple as ABC. Now we have 3P, right, minus 2Q. Now, which is equivalent to 3 into brackets. What's our P? The P given to us is what? 5I. So we have 5I, right? Minus 3J plus 7K. Minus 2 into bracket Q. Q is 4I. Are you getting it? Plus 3J minus 6K. Now, let's try to multiply all through by expanding the bracket with each of the scalars. So 3 times 5 becomes 15I. That's a scalar, right? Minus 9J plus 21K minus 8I minus 6j then plus 12k. Now, what next do we do? You can see we've gotten to addition, right? And what we have to do is to pair each component together by collecting the like component. So this is I, and this is its like component. That is 15I, right? Minus what? Minus 8I. Then this is j, and this is minus 9j minus 6j. Are you getting it? Then plus 21k plus 12k. Now, since we've done that, now let's add up. So 15 minus 7, sorry, 15 minus 8. 15 minus 8, that is 7i, isn't it? So 15 minus 8, that gives 7i. So we are done with this. Now minus 9 minus 6, because they both contains jj. So we have minus 9 minus 6, that minus 15j, isn't it? Then we have plus 21 plus 12, that becomes plus 33. So that is plus 33k. And this is 3p minus 2q. And that's all. It's as simple as ABC. Now the same knowledge that we've used here is what we are still going to replicate in number 2. Because number 2 is also a scalar. Multiplication of p with minus 3 plus a scalar of r with 2. Now, how do we do that? So apply the same knowledge. Now, 2, we have minus 3p plus 2r. That is minus 3 into bracket vector p, which is 5i, minus 3j plus 7k, right? Plus 2 into bracket r. What's our r? Our r is given as minus i minus 3j, then plus 8k. So let's do the same thing by expanding the bracket with the scalars. So minus 3 times 5 becomes minus 15i. Minus 3 times that is plus 9j minus 21k, right? Minus 2i, isn't it? Because 1 minus 1 times 2. Then plus times minus also gives minus 6j. Then we have plus 16k. Now, after this expansion is being done, what do we do next is to what? Collect like components together. So we have I, this is I, and this is I. So let's combine. That's minus 15i, right? Minus 2i plus 9j, isn't it? Minus 6j minus 21k plus 16k. Now, this is minus 15. Minus 15 minus 2 becomes minus 10. Minus 15 minus 2 becomes minus 17. And 9 minus 6 becomes plus 3j, right? And minus 21 plus 16. That becomes plus, that becomes minus 5k. So minus 21k plus 16 becomes minus, and this is our final answer. So this is how scalar multiplication works under vector. Hope you understand. Now, if you understand this, I would like you to click on the subscribe button to follow up, and switch on the notification button so that you can receive a notification when a new video is being posted. Thank you very much.